Testing. So something very interesting has happened. I met with some guy, a 32-year-old gentleman, and I was telling him that why doesn't he do vendorship business? And then he was like, okay, how do I start? And that's when I realized many of my videos, do not have the what they need to do. I explain the businesses, but I don't tell them what they should do. So I'm going to start with the vendorship business itself. So what is a vendorship business? It's basically IT vendorship business. And the way it works is you basically become a vendor of a company, and you basically you will provide IT staff to them, right? So I have already given an overview of this business. The way this business works is the way to start this business is there are a lot of lists of companies online. So you can go to list of companies in, let's say you are in Nashville, Tennessee, list of companies in Nashville, Tennessee, all the companies. If there is a way to filter anything less than 100 million and above 10 million or above 5 million or above 3 million, those you'll take a list of those companies and cold call them. If let's say you call a $3 million company and you realize you can keep tweaking it, maybe more than 10 million is fine, so you need to see, let's say you get, what kind of companies do you get? Do you get hotels also? If you get hotels and motels, then obviously you don't need them. You should raise the thing to, let's say, 5 million. Okay. Keep it below 500 million in my mind in the beginning. And what you do is you do cold calling. You do cold calling and tell them that you provide IT staff and you have subscriptions of dice.com and linkedin.com, and you can get any kind of staff that they want. But you specialize in providing IT staff. You can even get them plumbers, or you can even get them electricians also. Okay. So just make sure, but you try to keep it domain specific in the very beginning, especially IT. Within IT, don't try to be domain, don't go for subdomains. Within IT, that's fine. Right. Now what you do is, let's say just keep it to IT for now, right? When you are expanding, you can expand it to anything, but for now, keep it to IT. Tell them that you provide IT staff and prepare a sales pitch. Use ChatGPT to prepare a sales pitch, basic pitch, opening lines. What you do, once out of 50 people you would call, 1 or 2 will show interest and they'll ask you to send your brochure. So make a PDF brochure using ChatGPT, and you get the whole material and make a PDF brochure. Make sure it has a proper website, proper name, proper number, proper email ID. Okay. Don't use your personal email ID. You will never be able to delegate the work. Make sure you have a domain name. Make sure you have a website on that domain. Make sure it has, if you are using your home address, then use it, no issues, but then put it properly. If you have a separate mailing address, put that there. That's fine. The website doesn't have to be elaborate. Don't spend too much time making a website. Make a, let's say, 20-page website. A static website is fine. I used a simple trick once. I create logins. I create login pages, and whenever someone puts a login, I say it's wrong. So and I say these are employee login pages. These are retired employees. So that way, what happens is the person who's visiting, he thinks, oh, these guys are employees. He's retired employees also. He's like, oh, client login page. So they think that, within the, I would make the thing within the client page, you will find this timesheet portal, but there is nothing in it because people cannot go inside. So on one of the pages was client login, and then, it had all these, these are the features which you will get inside. People felt that, oh, these are the great things which will be there. There is nothing there because I could not make those features. But then just one page was there saying client login. And then anybody who puts something, then they will get a message, oh, this client login is not working. So you can make 20-page websites, static websites, make simple websites. I used to do 10, 15 years back, I made the websites myself. I used to make simple websites using Microsoft Front Page, if I remember correctly. I don't remember the name of the tool exactly. I think Front Page. Basic websites, I used to use FTP to upload it. I use one-on-one, whatever you want to use, you can use, but one-on-one, I've been using one-on-one. I became a member of one-on-one 15 years back, and now I cannot leave it. Go for the cheapest one. It does not matter. Don't worry about slow speed, because it doesn't matter. Just go with something. Right? Don't spend too much time on the company. If you have any doubts, open a C Corp. Don't open LLC. If you have too many doubts, what to do? See, You need LLC only for the money that you're gonna use for your personal life. If let's say you're making money somewhere else, even $2,000-3,000, it's for a single boy, and you're making $3,000 somewhere else, then don't worry about making money. Then worry about C corp. I'll tell you, it helps you in saving taxes in the long run. It helps you in saving taxes immensely. So go for C corp. Don't go for LLC. Simple things. Get this out of the way. Let's say you open a C corp by mistake. You can always convert it to LLC. But let's say you open a LLC to by mistake, you can convert it to C corp. So these are not very complicated things. You can ask any registered agent and he'll do it gladly for you. It's very easy. It's not that difficult at all. There are a few forms that have to be filed and you'll be fine. My point is, don't get bogged down in these kind of things. These are not important. Important thing is that cold calling. That cold calling is important. Do that cold calling. That's as soon as possible. That's very important, right? Once you get client, you need to find the candidates on LinkedIn and this thing. You use proper filters to get the right candidate. Let's say they want a Java a candidate with Apache background. Then you know how to you obviously say person. You should ask them whether they want a local. So typically they will have these kind of things. They will give a bill rate. Let's say $110 an hour. Okay, you should have some market idea. Let's say they say, hey, you know what kind of bill rate would you expect? Then you say, okay, let me get back to you. Go to the market and see what kind of bill rate people are expecting. Put 30-40% more because you are a vendor. Okay, so let's say bill rate is 80, you put 40% more, which will make it $30 extra, so it's $112. So put 112, give them the quotation of $112. I have seen some vendors working for as little as $2 to $3 also. Don't do that. $10-15 margin is bare minimum is enough, is what you need. Okay, $10 per placement is, by the way, $10 per placement is not a bad margin at all. You can do that. You should go for it, for sure. Okay, you should definitely go for it. $10 per hour, even $7 an hour. If you have 10 such placements, you'll get $70 an hour, and then you can quit your job and you can hop onto this whole thing and then try to scale it. Okay, so this is how, so now coming back to the LinkedIn part. So now on LinkedIn, you should be able to make a Boolean search properly, what according to the specifications. You should ask them if they're okay with remote, hybrid, etc. Typically, it should be titled, there should be a JD. How many years of experience do they need in the JD should be mentioned, right? In the JD means job description and things like that. There are required skill sets, there are desired skill sets. So you should go for those. You can, you required skill sets and desired, must have and good to have and, nice to have, whatever, these kind of things will be written. And where the location would be written, where the person is going to be working. Right? How long the contract is, duration of the contract, rate, duration, location, JD, number of years. These are the typical JDs. You go to any LinkedIn website and you can see a JD for just go for a MuleSoft programmer developer, on dice.com and see, and if it's a contract position, see how many days, what are things are written other than what I just mentioned. So you'll get a proper idea about the JD. Now, once you get the JD from the hiring manager, you find the person. You find the person. If you make sure when you interview the candidate, try to make sure they are available. They do not have any vacations planned. These are the typical questions you're supposed to ask as a vendor. They don't have any vacations planned. Their visa status. You should ask the client also what kind of visa status he's okay with. So you should only go with those visa status that he's okay with. US citizen, GC, GCAD. Is he okay with H4EAD? You should know these basic visas. Is he okay with H1 people, OPT people, CPT people, things like that? You should know all these things. You get these details also from the client. Now, coming to this thing, now regarding the MSA that you need to sign with the client. When remember, client says they're interested, they will give you the JDs. You may need to sign an MSA. Go to Google, find a good MSA, read through it. There should be a thing like there should be a non-compete. Sometimes clients don't sign the non-compete, and it should be okay with that. But if there is a non-compete clause, make sure then keep it there for now, and then give it to them. They should not hire your contractors basically directly on their payroll. Simple. That's what it means. Another clause is how much will be the duration after which they will send the payment. Let's say the candidate works from April 1st to April 30th, and when you invoice them, right? How soon would they give the payment? Will they give the payment within 30 days or 40 days or 15 days? Second thing is, I just mentioned April 1st to April 30, right? So Sometimes they say they're okay with weekly invoices. Sometimes they say we want monthly invoices. Sometimes they say they're okay with 15-day invoices. Sometimes they say they're okay with 2-week bi-weekly invoices. So you need to know what they are. So you should always suggest weekly invoices and weekly payment. That, but you will not get it. But yeah, you should. That's what your best thing is, right? Weekly invoice, and maybe and it's called a 7 net 7. 30 net 30 means invoice after 30 days and payment after another 30 days. Another 30 net 45 means invoice after 30 days, right? For 30 days together, and then net 45 means like after 45 days you will get the money. Another 45 days from the last year. So from April 1st to April 30, you will get the payment on June 15th. So you should know these basics, and then I mean the small things will keep coming your way. If you see the contract from the client, he uses a term, use ChatGPT to understand what it means, and you should be fine. So I covered the MSA part. Now again coming back to the requirement handling part. So talk to the candidate and make sure candidate is ready and candidate is good. His communication skills are good. His visa status is good. For H1, you should check their itinerary. As a vendor, you should check their itinerary. Do a video call with them. You can do it in the late evening if you're doing a job. So, okay, very important thing, don't quit your job yet. Till the time you start making $50 to $60 an hour, don't quit your job. Once you start making that kind of money, you can leave your job, and now you can focus full time on this business, right? If you want to be my franchisee and work with me, I won't mind. If you want to work with me, I'll have very good support staff also, and we can work on this. So yeah, this is the thing. So so this is how you pretty much do the vendorship business. Once you get the resume, you submit it, and then you need to keep the vendor and so you need to keep the candidate in the loop. Keep telling maybe after 2 days what's going on, what the client is doing, and here on the client side, make sure you follow up. So keep a list of all the submissions you are making to the clients, various clients, and keep a list somewhere. Basically, you can use Notion for that. Use it as a CRM and put it there. Yeah, and then you can ask them. And then you can, once so they will interview, they'll give the interview slots for the first round of interview, second round of interview, third round of interview. Once if the candidate gets selected, then you need to reach out to the candidate and let them know. Maintain transparency with the client. Don't lie to the client at all, because he's your hard-earned client. Don't lie to the client ever. Tell them candidate was saying this, candidate was saying this. That if, let's say, manager says I need 7 days to decide. You need to talk to the candidate. Candidate says, oh, 7 is too much, I may get another offer. You need to go back to the manager and tell him. You see this coordination, all these coordinations have to be taken place. So you do it for the first 1 or 2 times, but after some time, so basically all this coordination is a lot of work. You need an intelligent person. Eventually you need to hire someone in India. Once you hire someone in India, this business will be a stable business, right? And then you can start scaling. Once you have a thing, once 1 or 2 contacts, you can start scaling from there, right? Regarding hiring the guy in India, hire a guy. Okay, I will put a post. I'll make a post regarding that, right? Or you can just contact me simply. I can give you a franchisee or something, and then we can have a franchisee deal, and then we can just work together, something like that. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.